Hello, future people. Welcome to Getting Tabled. I'm Jason the Bruce, and this is Prepare for Conquest.
You can arrange your brushes, prepare your clippers and your knives, but sometimes no matter how many tools or paints you have, it's not enough if the dice are not on your side. Sometimes you only have one choice, and that choice is to prepare for conquest.
So, we're back into Prepare for Conquest again. Today, we're going to have a look at the rules for the Spires. Let's get going. Right, so here we are. We're looking at the Biomancer today. He's an infantry type. He's a lightweight class. That doesn't terribly surprise me, to be honest. And he costs you 60 points. We've got a march of 6, a volley of 2, a clash of 2. He's got 2 attacks, 4 wounds. He's got a resolve of 4. He's got 1 defense, but 2 evade. So that kind of makes sense. I mean, a Biomancer, Necromancer type character you would imagine is not wanting to be at the front lines. He's going to be trying to avoid all of that. So that makes sense to me. Now, special rules wise, character is obvious. Mend flesh we haven't seen before though. As a character action, Biomancers may select a friendly regiment within 6 inches and heal 2 wounds to that regiment. Oh, that's going to be annoying. Yeah, that's going to be annoying. If you choose him as your warlord, then you get provoke instability as the supremacy trait. For the remainder of the turn, we're declaring a clash action with a friendly regiment. If infantry, increase that infantry's attack characteristic by 1 and gain the Decay 4 special rule. If they're cavalry or brutes, you increase that regiment's attack characteristic by 2 and they gain the Decay 3 special rule. If it's a monster, increase that monster's attack characteristic by 4 and gain the Decay 6 special rule. Well, I know which way I would be wanting to use this, but it's going to depend on what's going on, obviously. Decay may sound obvious, but I'll give you an idea of it anyway. At the end of a regiment's activation, if any stands, including character stands, have the Decay X special rule, roll a number of dice equal to X, so in this case 4, 3 and 6, for each stand in the regiment with the special rule. For each roll of a 5 or 6, the regiment suffers a wound. Casualties suffered from decay do not cause morale tests. If a stand has several types of decay, add the dice together. So if you had all of that, it would be 13. Hey, I can math. As far as the mutations is concerned, much like the Nords that I covered last week, I'm going to cover these in a future video. Go through them all at once, kind of like we did with the Woodrune. Biomancies, though, we definitely need to take a look at. You need to take one of these. So we'll start with Unstable Enhancement. Draw your next command card. Until the end of the turn, all stands in that regiment have +4 march, +2 clash, and +1 volley. The regiment then acts, but has the Decay 3, Decay 4 if it's a brute regiment, Decay 6 if it's a monster regiment draw event. That could be really good, but you really need to set it up. Harvest Essence is 25 points. Draw your next command card. That regiment acts. For each wound it inflicts with a clash or an impact hit, roll a d6. On a score of 4 or more, the regiment gains a wound. Oh, so it's literally what it says. So you're basically using a bunch of vampires. It's very, very fluffy. I like that. And by fluffy, I mean completely harmless and innocent. Galactic Rapture is 20 points. Draw your next command card. If you wish, you may have the regiment suffer d6 wounds. If you do, all enemy regiments in contact with that regiment also suffer d6 wounds. That regiment then acts. The character then takes its activation. This is potentially really nasty. If you've got a... The way I see this working is I have a regiment that's about to die. It's not going to activate. Maybe it's coming up next. And I can just go boom and basically take out anything around it. There's obviously going to be other ways of doing it. But at a first thought, I don't mind that idea. Grand Virulence is 15 points. Draw your next command card. That regiment has the Deadly Blades or Special Shot special rule until the end of the turn. That regiment then acts. The character then takes its action. So, this is going to depend on whether you've got a close combat or a ranged unit that you've drawn. This one's a little bit more flexible. So you don't... you still need to have it set up. But if you've got options either way. If you've accidentally got a ranged one, you're not going to miss out, for example. When an enemy character or regiment makes an injury roll caused by a model with this special rule, add 2 wounds to the pool instead of 1 for each natural 6 rolled during that injury roll. That's nice. For Deadly Blades, when an enemy character or regiment makes an injury roll caused by a model with this special rule. Okay, so it's the same thing, but it's for blades instead of shots. I quite like that, actually. So far, that's easily my favourite. Essence Transfer. Target one friendly within 8 inches. Regiment suffers 2d6 wounds. Draw your next command card. If that regiment is of the same type, it gains 2d6 wounds. Could be very useful. It's very risky, though. Personally, Grand Virulence is easily my favourite here. Okay. We have Bound Clones and Force-Grown Drones as its mainstays. In the restrictions, we have Abomination, Desolate Beast, Desolate Drones, and Incarnate Sentinels. So there's a couple of... I know Force-Grown Drones are very popular. I don't really know the enemy very well. The Abomination, I'm pretty sure, is the giant monster that comes in the 2-player starter set. Again, if it is that model, it's definitely a popular one. There's a lot to really like here in the Biomancer. I can really see why this is a character that gets chosen a lot. From the battle reports that I've seen, I see Spires players taking this all the time, and I really can tell. Again, it's another one where there's not really a lot of bad options. One correction on something I stated earlier, though, in the Biomancies, you may take one of those. You don't have to take one of those. I really like this. I would argue that this is a must take. Whether you need it as your warlord or not is another question. We can only answer that when we've seen what the rest of their warlord traits are, and that's something we'll come back to in another time.
If you're interested in getting into Conquest or expanding your existing force, either use the QR code on screen or the link in the description to open the Parabellum website, and when you're asked if you have a discount voucher, enter Getting Tabled without spaces, just like you see on your screen, to receive 10% off your order. In doing so, not only will you save money, but you also help support our channel without any cost to you. Thank you very much to anyone who chooses to do that. It's greatly appreciated. You're helping us improve our content and bring more content to you.
Thank you very much for checking out this video. If you're enjoying the content of this channel, please like and subscribe. If you're in a position to do so, please check out patreon.com/gettingtabled. You receive early access to at least 80% of all videos that we put out, and you get access to the video edition of all of our podcasts the day that they're uploaded. If you'd like to check us out on social media, facebook.com/gettingtabled is the most active. We also have a Discord server. You can email our team at gettingtabled@gmail.com. If you're on either Twitter or Instagram, you can find us at gettingtabled. And until next time, play more.